Hi everybody, welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft Season 3 with me, Sid, and, well, I've been getting myself ready. Got a few sandwiches, not much. I probably need to take at least a couple more with me. We are heading north for our, I won't say annual thing. I should really find somewhere to, that is, it's 2.6 ounces, pop it on there. Let's create another one. That's there, okay. I suppose we can take one of these full of sandwiches. That's a good move, isn't it? And we'll take a few more just to give us one, two. In fact, we'll do another thing of sandwiches. We'll do 2 lots of pack up. It's like setting off on a school trip, innit? So yeah, I think we've got everything. We've got the all-important ice saw. I've got a boat. I've got wood to make boats. I've got saws and axes to get wood should we ever need to make more boat. We have food. We are good to go, I think. So yeah, boat for this trip. Obviously, last episode I asked what people's thoughts were on the idea of, say, Archimedes ships, with just ships and not airships. And I'm recording this before the last episode that I recorded comes out, so I don't know what the results were from that. So at the moment, as you can tell, I am still using good old buggy, breaking, crunchable, crappy old vanilla boats. But you know what? They get me around. They do the job. And I suppose we shouldn't complain, really, should we? The only problem with these is obviously when we hit the northern areas, if we start hitting ice fields, and then we're into a little bit of trouble, which is why I've got enough wood on me to make another 6 boats. And as I say, then we've got the tools within our inventory to go one stage further and chop down more trees, turn them into logs, into planks, so we can make, you got it, more boats. So when we do have glitching or breaking, because we're, you know, not here, we're actually 50 blocks ahead of ourselves as far as the machine's concerned, then the world is good and happy. So we've got everything we need for the ice. I've also got my pro pick, because, you know, we might just get this sudden urge to do some prospecting. And yeah, so in terms of where we're headed, we're heading up here. I think we'll go past the graphite, where the graphite was, and I may call back at the graphite on the way back, see if we can't see any further easy graphite to get. But we are good. Let me just, yes, we got the bed. That's the main thing. As long as we've got the means to pass the night without having to fight off the hordes and hordes of mobs. And as I say, the main drive for this trip is ice. To keep that aside, because we've got the warmer climate, the food doesn't last as long, lots of good reasons like that. Where are we? Right, so we're there. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, so I am going to continue on the boat trip, and I will see you when we get a little bit closer to our destination. Okay, well, this is where we normally come, but it appears that we're a little bit early. The temperature is currently 5.76 degrees, so we're just a little bit over freezing. So we come up here. Let's have a look. Here is an area we like. If I can get myself on it, round here. These are usually pretty good areas for ice, but as I say, we're a little bit early. It's only 5 degrees. We can grab that one. There we go. Trip worthwhile. We did find some snowberry bushes, and there's a lot of weird little caves in claystone country. However, while waiting for things to get a little bit chilly up here, I spotted something in this hole here. If we go in and look over the edge, there's something down there. There's a cave, so it's potentially a bit dangerous, but there is something down there. And if we get our pro pick out and have a little, there is a large sample of saltpeter. Now, saltpeter, of course, is used for gunpowder and quite a few other things in the game. Well, specifically gunpowder and explosive thingies. And okay, right, now let's can we get down? Not quite. Obviously, it's a little bit risky. We've got a cave down here, but it looks like we've got a couple of caves down here. Yeah, and that is definitely saltpeter. So that gives us something to do. Now, in terms of how dangerous this is down here, let's just have a... Is it caving? I'm not a big fan of caving in vanilla Minecraft. So, needless to say, I ain't going to be a huge fan of caving. Oh, what's that? That was probably Jet. I ain't going to be a huge fan of caving in thing, but that is, oh god, well, that is something we can't pick up because we haven't got any space. Sticks we can always grab. Yeah, saltpeter powder, and we use that for several things, including gunpowder and nitric acid. The nitric acid, of course, being used in the Oodery stuff. So that gives us something to be working at up here. Well, as I say, while we wait for this to think. Now, I did notice over there was some. Let me grab this a second. Let me put you away, and let me go and grab some. There was some pumpkins over there, and of course, pumpkins will be handy for caving. Certainly better than torches because they won't go out. Well. Oh god, lag. Yeah. Let me grab these anyway, and we'll continue on grabbing some of that saltpeter while we wait for the ice to form. We've got plenty of food, so yeah, I don't think there's any reason to worry at this stage. So yeah, be back in a little. Well, it got cold. Yeah, I've managed to get 1, 2, 3 of those full of ice. I've got one of those full of saltpeter. There's still saltpeter down there, but I had a cave in which destroyed a lot of it. So yeah, that wasn't good. So we've got plenty of stuff. I just want to have a look what these were while I'm here. As I say, three things of ice and 1 thing of saltpeter. Got plenty of food left on us, so what I was thinking was, rather than cutting, the boat is down here, so rather than cutting straight back down this way, what I thought we might do is kind of skirt around this side and just see what, if anything, there is up here while we're okay for food. I mean, we're not brilliant for food, but we ain't desperate either, so. But you can see, definitely got cold very quickly, and we wore out our old copper ice saw, so we're on the new. That's another inventory slot back as well. So yeah, just really having a bit of a hunt around, see what's out this way in areas that we've either been briefly, some of these areas we've obviously been more thorough in than others. Obviously here we're still in explored territory, so the odds of me finding anything on the surface are fairly slim. But there's always a chance that you might. I mean, there, look up there, that's gold. Again, gold I'm not desperate for at the moment, so I'm not going to go madly rushing off. And it's far enough away that I think I've got gold reserves much closer to home, should we need them. But you can keep your eyes open for that. Kaolinite would be nice. Once we get back round to that the area where the boat is, we'll check around for graphite as well, see if we've got anything coming up, you know, for that, and just, you know, we should have some more inventory spots. Now, where are we? So we're here. So if we head down there, that kind of direction, that should take us into unexplored territory, and possibly find us some interesting resources. There's a possibility. Whoa, oh dear. Whoa, that is a ravine and a half. I hate these ones where I know where I'm walking over the top of them as well, like that. Makes me nervous. You're just waiting for it to cave in and, you know, to fall to your death. Which for this distance from home would not be good. Put it this way, I'd have to come out with a set of spare inferior tools and try and recover the stuff. As I say, would not be an entertaining experience, I think. What he says is he nearly... No, it's not too bad, but that could have been nasty. You really have to keep your eyes open when you're exploring, especially when you get this stuff going on where you can't really see exactly what's happening in front of you. Yeah, I mean, look at this. You know, you'd be forgiven looking at the map and thinking that was water, but that is not water. That is basically portable death. It's lag death waiting to happen, and no doubt there's probably some more lag death there. Oh, there as well. Let us get across there and get past the lag death of doom and continue on around here. So yeah, I'm just going to keep on trucking, really. I will come back if we discover anything super duper exciting. Otherwise, I will see you back round at the boat. All right, I've got a little bit of graphite. My inventory is full, and this area here is starting to ice up. So I am heading back before it freezes over. I've got 16. Got 2 lots of 16 and a 12 of graphite. There is loads left in that mine, so I'm not desperately worried. We can always head back up this way. But we're down to our 2 last sandwiches. We got a little bit of meat, some gold I picked up, as I say, because it'd be wrong not to. So yeah, not a bad little trip out, to be honest. So of course the next thing to do is to take the trip back. And yeah, we're down to our last sandwich now, which is probably just I think these are good. I mean, you can see my health is almost at 1500 now, which is pretty damn good considering at its worst I think it's dropped to in the region of about 500. So yeah, it's got to level 28, which helps as well. So we're going to head back. As I say, we've got plenty of ice now. We've got a reasonable amount of saltpeter and some other bits and pieces. And I'm still on my first boat. I know I shouldn't jinx it, but there you go. So yeah, we're going to head back. I think the other thing we're going to want at some point is I think it's sulfur. Yes. sulfur, which we use to make the sulfuric acid, and that is dead easy to find. That is well, it's not dead easy to find, but we happen to know where there is some. It's not, I don't think there's any particularly convenient around us over here. We've got kaolinite and limonite over there still, which that's a pretty important reserve. But what we need is this one, the lava pits, and down here you'll get loads of sulfur out of those. And armed with the sulfur and the sulfuric and the nitric acid and the limonite, which is over which on the map, we should be able to get nickel. And with nickel we can get black steel. That's where I'm going, which is the next tier of metal. I mean, it's a way off, don't get me wrong. We're not going to suddenly find ourselves wielding black steel tools in the next episode or two, but at least we have got the next tier of metals starting to come together. We are going to also need to start looking and thinking about silver, which is why we want the sulfuric and nitric acid, because we can get the silver from the galana. We don't need a huge amount, we just need enough to make sterling. I'm trying to think now, I can't remember. Sterling silver. It's a silver alloy, and as I say, we don't need absolutely vast amounts of it, fortunately, to get the basics. I think, you know, you like 1 ingot will go into, I can't remember the exact mix, but you almost like 1 ingot to 14 or something stupid like that. It's a very tiny amount in the alloy, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. It wouldn't be the first time, of course. So yeah, anyway, we just got to sail this back home. It's nearly sleep time, and we can start looking at what we've got, sorting what we've got out, and planning the next thing, which will, if we're heading south to get the sulfur anyway, we may as well head south and try and maybe make that equator run that I keep talking about. Maybe not, I don't know. But of course, we've got to get back from this one first, so that is of course the most important thing. So I will see you when we're back at that. Alright, we're back. Only about 17 minutes in, so we haven't got, now we need, I think it's fresh water for these. So we've got the electrolytic hoofer doofer. No. Interesting. Empty glass bottles. We need saltpeter with bottled water. Yeah, we know how to make. Do I need to do this out of a barrel? Is it going to be that specific? Yeah, we had a welcoming committee, so I dealt with them. Of course, the advantages to carrying a lot of these things around is you can carry a lot of this stuff around. Like I've always got my hammer now, just in case we're hit skeletons. Yeah, it's got to be out of that. Okay, that's fine. It's not a problem. 3, 1, 2, 3. We can take those, and they stack, which is nice. And then we can 1, 2, 3. So that is 750, and just repeat this. But we got a hell of a lot of this going on, so we can. Whoops. Helps if you do the right thing. If I did some more glass, of course, we'd be able to do more of this faster, but that would be sensible. And yeah, we ain't doing that right now. Sensibles for another day. So what are we at now? 225. So if I do one more lot, that'll be 3 buckets worth. I think we'll just do that for now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And and so put those. So that's 3 buckets. That is pretty full. The carbon rod's fairly light. We've got some galana somewhere. This is rich galana, so we'll take that. We'll pop you out, we'll pop you in, and we'll seal it. And that should then start processing. And once that's done, 65. So that's 3. So it's using... is that 175 per piece? Yeah, it is. And producing... That's got 7 units of silver out of that rich galana there. So, yeah, it's not brilliant, but considering, well, we've got 7, that's 72 silver pieces of silver at the moment. It's better than a kick in the chops, because as I say, I still haven't found any silver, which is a cause for concern. In most episodes, most times I've ever played TFC, it's either been silver, nickel, or both, or graphite. Graphite, of course, being the other major contender for causing problems. You know, it's if you ain't got graphite, you ain't doing half of this stuff. Kaolinite usually is not as much of a problem. So yeah, anyway, I am going to, while we're waiting for that to process, I'm going to make myself some more glass, because I used the last 3 that we had in the to make those bottles. So and we'll leave that running. So we've got 40 units there. So we're almost got an, well, we've got an ingot and a bit now, which is pretty good. Anyway, I'll be back in a short. Okay, it's night time, and I just want to put something to the test if I can. Definitely zombies over there. I want one of these. I think I'm going to have to go down actually to do this. I want to see if those zombies can path up that path or not. The cliffside staircase ramp that we put in. As I say, I tested this as a fairly simple. Right, there we go. There's a zombie. They both know about me. As I say, not worried. They're not scaring me overly, but really, could you not at least path on the ground? Come on, Mr. Zombie. Dude. Oh God, how dumb do you have to get? Right. You see, I think they are getting stuck because he's trying to come up on that and just getting stuck on the whole. Oh no, he can. So they are a problem. He can't walk up them. He does not. Oh. Hello. Really? So how do we stop him pathing onto that? That's the question. I don't think it's a particular problem. But I was just curious as to, how we would actually go about stopping that happening. Now, the other thing I've noticed is our chickens have gone a little bit, well, critical, I suppose, is the word we're looking for. We have got so many chickens in here. It's a joke. It's seriously, there are a lot of chickens. So, yeah, I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do there. The first batch of that acid, the thing has, there's a little bit, not much less that carbon rod, but we've got 50. There you go, it's there. I was wondering where it was gone. Yeah, so we've got another 58 units of silver out of that, which is not bad considering. So we got a full ingot and a third basically. Yeah, just under a third. So we've got that. So I think next episode, and we're probably going to call this one an episode, even if we are ending a little bit early, we're going to go and get some limonite, and probably if we're out that way, we're going to go and hunt down some kaolinite too, and then we should be in a position, as I say, hopefully we will be able to make black steel. Which, if we can find it, a black steel ingot, you use a high carbon black steel ingot. So to make a high carbon is a weak steel ingot and a pig iron, which we need to get from the blast furnace. The weak steel ingot is basically steel, 50 to 70%, nickel, 15 to 25%, and black bronze, 15 to 25%. Black bronze is silver, copper, and gold. So we're going to need to get more copper as well. I think we're a little bit light on copper now. Silver, this is what I mean. You're only 10% silver, 10% gold. It's actually going to be closer. It's going to be 15%. Well, probably do 10% silver and 20% gold, and then 70% copper. Which would mean if you were doing 10 ingots, would be one of those to 10 of that, one of those for every 10 of those. Yeah, so you can see where we're kind of going with the silver and the nickel. It's not, you don't need vast quantities of it. Well, certainly the silver. And yeah, I think we've got some copper in, we've got a bit of iron, so we're not desperate, but we'll get in there. And so the next stop will be black steel. So on that note, I am going to call it an episode. I may be a little bit early, a little bit light this episode, not sure, but irrespective of that, we have actually achieved quite a few good things. So until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon. And bye for now.